Hey guys, happy Saturday. Becky Thames here live for The Drive at 5. And I just wanted to jump on here tonight because I spent all day watching TV. Okay, so let me preface this by saying, guys, I do not watch TV. In fact, I have not watched TV in like 3 years, but I actually watched TV today. And I watched this show called This Is Us, and I think it started like in 2016 or something like that. And I was watching This Is Us because I heard a lot of people talking about it. And I tried to watch this show earlier this week, and my husband was like, he watches TV, I don't. He was like, oh, I don't want to watch that show. And I was like, okay. So today we took his sister. She turned 76. Her birthday is coming up this week. But we took his sister out to eat. And where we were eating, it was really close to where their mom and dad's gravesite was. So we went by their gravesite and visited the gravesite. And while we were there, there was actually a funeral procession that was getting ready to start. So they all felt like really weird. So we left, to honor that family. But I titled this Shame, Shame, Shame. And I wrote on my board behind me, you are more than enough. And the reason I did that is because this morning I was also on a wake-up call at 10 a.m. And the lady that was speaking, and I don't remember her name, but she was saying, you are more than enough. And what happens is people watch Facebook Lives and they see the highlight reel of everyone's life, if you will. They don't see the things that go on behind closed doors. And so something that I have been fighting with for a long, long time is shame. And it's like shame, shame, shame. And it's not shame because of like something that I did I'm ashamed of, but it's just the way that I felt. And I have paid thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars and sat in psychotherapist chairs and paid them thousands of dollars. And they were like, it's okay, So I want to share this story with you today. It's very personal. I'll tell you that up front. I might cry, and that's okay too. But I wanted to share this story because this is something that I was very ashamed of. However, my husband thinks it's funnier than all get out. I mean, he's like, that's some funny shit right there. And every time, like if we went out and he would tell this story, people would laugh. And I was like, this is not funny to me. And I would be so embarrassed. Hold on, my little Chiweenie wants to join me. Come here, sweetie. Come here. I got Roscoe. Say hi. So Roscoe's in here with me, so he's gonna, I'll love on him while I tell my story. So anyway, I don't know, I was in the 7th grade and my mom actually went to jail. And when I was in the 7th grade, of course, we went to a foster home, and I never really thought anything about, her going to jail. I wasn't ashamed of it. It was decisions that she made in her life that put her where she was. Well, last week, my sister went to jail, and my niece may be watching me. So Skylar, if you're watching me, I love you so much. But when my sister went to jail last week, it made me think of how I felt when my mom went to jail when I was in the 7th grade. And so I started thinking about it, and I was like, okay, so, I've said it before, we've grown up very, very, very poor, and at Christmas time, we were the family, that the churches were buying gifts for and the neighbors were buying gifts for. We were that family, right? And so I buy for families and I donate all kind of money. And I always felt shame because my brother, my sister, and I, we all grew up in the same house. We all made different decisions. And so now we all have different consequences that we're paying for all of our decisions. And so to go back, I think about 2 or 3 years ago, I met a guy online here, and his name was Andy, and he said he was going to start this book club, and I was like, oh, I want to read a book. So I have the book right here. It's called Letting Go, and it's called The Pathway of Surrender by Dr. David Hawkins. So Andy, if you're watching this video, thank you so much. And Andy, what he did for our book club is we read like a chapter a week. And in our chapters, he would do this presentation, Andy would, and it was so amazing. And they would go over things like your emotions and apathy and depression and grief and fear and desire, anger, pride, courage, acceptance, love, peace, reducing stress and physical illness, the relationship between the mind and the body, and the benefits of letting go and how you can have emotional growth. Then transformation, relationships, on and on and on to the higher levels of emotions. So here's the story. So since we grew up very poor, and at Christmas time, we only had like maybe, 3 or 4 gifts each. Well, in December 2005, we, my mom was dying, and she was like very, very sick that Christmas. And so we went over, my husband and I and my oldest son, and when we went in, like our house had so many Christmas presents in it. I mean, literally, guys, I've never seen, even at like the foster care place for all the kids, I've never seen this many presents under a tree. And I was like, we had a really good Christmas. It was probably like our best Christmas ever. And so when we went to, I'll never forget it. So my mom bought Bud, like this deep fryer. You can fry like, I don't know, however you deep fry, I don't cook. So whatever a deep fryer is. And so at that Christmas, we went to leave, and Bud was like, Jean, my mom's name was Jean. And he was like, Jean, you didn't have to do all this. You could afford this. And she said, I want y'all to enjoy it, guys. I'm not going to be here. I'm going to be dead. And it all came from Finger Hut. And when she said that, Bud just started laughing. I did not laugh. I did not think that was funny one bit. And I still don't. And I'm so ashamed of it. Hold on. I'm so ashamed of, something that she would do. And so my therapist was like, well, that was her way of showing you guys that she loved you and everything. And she actually passed away 4 days later after that. So she was like really, really on her deathbed then. And I remember after she died, like my mom never had a credit card. I mean, if she didn't pay cash for it, she never had it. So when she died, like all of these bills started coming in from like, I don't even know the places, like Finger Hut and Blair and just, 200 here, 300 there. And she had maxed out like every credit card. I don't know if there was 10, 12, 15, I don't know, like the last month of her life. And to me, I was like, why would you do that? And then my bud, he's like, that's funny right there. Who would think of stuff like that? And I was like, I don't know if you think it's funny. You can leave your comments about what you think. Well, I didn't think it was funny. I still don't, but I guess I feel that way. It's because Bud thinks it's funny, and everybody, when we're out drinking or whatever, he'll tell the story and they'll start laughing. I'm like, I am so embarrassed and still so ashamed of that. And so anyway, since I was watching This Is Us today, I just thought I would share that. I know it's a very personal story. It's very emotional. It's one of those level 4 stories if you watched me yesterday and we were talking about conversation. So what I learned today, it says you are more than enough. And so what I want you to do is to get a sticky note and write, I am more than enough, and then post that all over your house, because I'm really big on self-talk as well. So if you say, I am more than enough, then you will be. So that's what I wanted to share for tonight. This is a really good book. I highly, highly recommend it. It's called Letting Go, The Pathway of Surrender by Dr. David R. Hawkins. I'll hold it up there. And I hope you all have an amazing Saturday night, and I'll see you tomorrow on The Drive at 5. Bye.